Hi guys, welcome to stage 2 of the Unshakable Man Fundamentals training, exploring your relationship with the man box and shame. So in this video, I simply want to bring to your awareness that the man box is a thing. I'm not going to get into the specifics of how we define the man box, because I actually want to give you a chance to go through an exercise this week of listing out 10 terms that define your man box. So these aren't 10 terms that you agree with, but these are you going out and going into your perceptual database in your mind and just painting a picture with 10 terms of what does it mean to be a man, or what is the cultural pressure placed on men to be a certain way, right? And in this lesson this week, we have the season 2, episode 2 of the Unshakable Man podcast with Dr. Christopher Spromberg and myself talking at length for an hour about the relationship with rigid masculinity, or the man box, and shame. And so if you have time, I would love it if you would go watch that, but you don't have to do that, okay? That is an extra hour of a bonus lesson that you can listen to. But today, what we're going to simply do is first recognize that there is a man box. There is a cultural pressure placed on people who identify as male, who are cultured or socialized to be male, to be a certain way. And I don't want to define it more than that, because I want to give you a chance to move down and to do the next lesson, which is to list out 10 terms, 10 cultural factors or ways of being, of what does it mean to be in that box. A man should be blank, right? And so you're just going to finish that statement. A man should be blank. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you agree with it, but that you're aware of this pressure, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to become conscious of this. We're simply going to bring this out of the unconscious, bring it up so that we can see it, we can begin to work with it, we can begin to relate to it. And then you're going to share your experience of the man box this week in your second Unshakable Man men's group. And you're going to talk with your community steward about what this exercise is like, or where in your life have you experienced the man box, whether that's from a constructive perspective or a destructive perspective. And it's very, very important as we step into exploring our relationship with the man box and shame that I repeat over and over again that the man box is not bad. We are not saying that the man box is bad or toxic or purely destructive. We are exploring the concept and the cultural pressure of the man box from a constructive and a destructive perspective. There are adaptive reasons why this box exists, and those adaptive reasons have constructive outcomes, right? So we can't just throw this box away, but we can bring it up into the light where we can work with it and where we can transcend the box, where we are no longer trapped by it or feeling like we have to completely reject it, right? And then in our group, we're using our relationship with this entire exercise to create a mutual sense of belonging and connection with other men inside the Unshakable Man community. So this is the second stage of our fundamentals training for a reason. Because when we explore this massive topic, this far-reaching topic of the man box and shame, which I'm going to talk about in the next lesson, about what is shame specifically as an emotion, we relate to these two concepts, right? We actually find that we can create a sense of mutual connection and belonging. We're no longer separated or mastered or controlled by this, but instead we get to see through another man's experience who maybe this man looks different than me, or I might feel like this man is different than me. We get to create a shared experience of seeing through another how we relate to this cultural pressure of the man box and shame. So go ahead down into the next lesson. Watch the next series of videos. If you have time to go deeper, you're more than welcome to watch those. But make sure to make that list of the 10. Watch the next lesson to make your list of your 10 terms to create your own man box. And then watch the video on the relationship between shame and the man box. Then attend your next men's group, share an experience of what the man box, relating to the man box in your life in the men's group, and talk with your steward about this entire stage, anything and everything that's come up with you, and share from your experience in your life. How have you noticed the man box coming up in your life? All right, that's it. I'll see you in group.